How much power does the prosecutor have in your stunt driving or racing case? Answer, the prosecutor has a lot of power in your case. As you have seen above videos, the prosecutor is not your friend. The prosecutor's job is to convict you of the stunt driving or racing charge against you. Convicting you, and sorry, it's pretty easy. It's the prosecutor's job to prove you committed the offense of stunt driving or racing, and according to the Ontario Highway Traffic Act. Unfortunately for you, it's relatively easy to convict you of this charge. Generally, the prosecutor just needs to prove that at the time of the offense, you were traveling at a speed of greater than 50 kilometers per hour over the posted limit. But that's not the end of the story, and this part's really, really important. The prosecutor needs to make two decisions. First, and the first decision, whether they have enough evidence to get a conviction. And generally, this is pretty easy to do in these types of cases. Second decision, even if there is sufficient evidence, they need to decide whether it is in the interest of justice to pursue the charge, given the circumstances. This second decision is really important because the law gives the prosecutor the power to decide whether to move ahead with the charge. If they move ahead, and that means that on a conviction, you're going to have to face the serious penalties associated with stunt driving or racing. If, however, the prosecutor decides it does not make sense to move ahead, the prosecutor may then drop the charges as they are not in the public interest nor in the interests of justice. And that sounds good, right? It does sound good because it is good. However, the prosecutor is the only person that can decide to proceed with the charges. And that is why the prosecutor has a lot of power. The prosecutor will determine whether to proceed with the charge or not. The bottom line, the prosecutor matters. They matter a lot. And if the prosecutor decides not to give you a break, well, that is not good. But it's not over. It may be possible to convince the prosecutor why it does make sense to give you a break. Getting the prosecutor to change their mind, it does happen, but there are a lot of factors that go into making that decision. Obviously, the facts of your case matter, but there are other factors that may play a huge role in the prosecutor's decision, and these include the jurisdiction in which you were charged, who the prosecutor is, etc., etc. So get free advice, call a lawyer. The good news is that you can get a free consultation and find out what your options are.